Hey, what's up, guys? It's George, and I'm just outside here, out in my backyard, just enjoying this beautiful Florida weather right now. It's not too hot, not too cold, just right. I love this time of year. But anyways, I was talking with one of my friends earlier today, and he reached out to me, told me that one of his New Year's resolutions is that he wants to quit coffee, wants to quit caffeine. And I was really happy to hear that. I'm always happy whenever I have a friend that, shares a goal, something that they want to work on to improve themselves. I like to support my friends and their self-improvement journeys. And I started to think back about how it was, back almost 2.5 years ago when I made that decision that I wanted to quit caffeine. I had been drinking coffee for um, about 10 years, and it got to that point where I just wasn't getting anything from it anymore. I was just drinking coffee, and I felt like there was no reason to it. And so I was like, I've always been a naturally energetic person, and now, and originally when I drank coffee, it was like amazing. I felt so good, but then all of a sudden, after 10 years of drinking it, I didn't feel anything from it anymore, and I didn't like that. I saw people who were incredible athletes, incredible speakers, people who had a lot of energy, and they didn't drink any caffeine at all. So I said, that's what I want to be like. I don't want to need these stimulants to be able to have a lot of energy. So I decided that I was going to quit caffeine. And since then, I created one of the largest, I think the largest, quitting coffee caffeine group on Facebook, and I've seen the tremendous struggles that people go through in trying to quit coffee, to quit caffeine, and it's crazy. Really, in my humble opinion, you should be able to bounce back on your feet relatively quickly within a couple of weeks, a month at the most. And I'm going to share some tips, some really powerful tips to be able to bounce back with natural energy as quickly as possible. But some people, it takes even longer. It takes 3 to 6 months, and they're still struggling. And I think that there are other reasons why, other factors, which I'll share about that. But this is the thing. People don't get this about coffee, about caffeine. It's fake energy, and it's like a credit card. That fake energy that you're getting, you're gonna have to pay for it back with interest someday. And what's going to happen is it's not going to be instantly, but as the years and the decades go on, you're shocking you're shocking your nervous system, you're wearing down your nervous system, you're wearing down your adrenal system, and you're eventually not going to get anything from that coffee anymore. I know most of you probably don't get anything anymore from the coffee, from the caffeine anymore. You're just taking it because you're hooked. You're addicted to it. And if you don't believe me, if you've never taken a break from it, try to go a couple of days without it, and you'll see what happens. You get the headaches, you feel like crap, and that's what it's like this vicious cycle. They get stuck drinking this substance for the rest of their life. And I don't hate coffee. I don't hate caffeine. In fact, I think that it can have its use. It's maybe like once every 3 months, I will have a cup of coffee. I'll have some caffeine, but I am against having it every single day, because that's when the problems come in. And now there's more research. It's interesting because we live in a day and age where there's all kind of research coming out, and a lot of research is showing that pretty much almost all drugs have their therapeutic benefits when used correctly, when used therapeutically, sparingly. They can have their benefits. I just was listening to a lecture online about ketamine, about ketamine infusions and things like that. And I've seen different lectures and documentaries on all kinds of different drugs that are like, wow, I thought this was an awful thing, but when used sparingly and correctly, it does have its use. And I think the same goes with caffeine. Caffeine is a drug, and it's not meant to be used every single day. And that's when the problem comes in, when you're abusing something. If you look up the definition of abuse, it's when you're misusing something, you're using it too much. If you're just having caffeine as like a once a month thing, or once every couple of months, that's fine. That's not going to cause a problem. But it's when you use it every single day, that's when it becomes an addiction. Even once a week, I think that's too much, because that can become a slippery slope. And I know that it's funny. I don't even know why I ever have caffeine anymore, because like I said, once every couple of months I'll have a cup. Usually I always end up regretting it after I do, because I'm a naturally energetic person, and then I have it and I'm like, why did I even do that? I end up feeling my all wacky. My energy isn't as good the rest of the day, and I end up like over Thanksgiving break. I had some coffee with my family, and just because we're all together and the smell and everything, it was like the nostalgia, and I was like, all right, I'll have some, and I ended up regretting it because I just felt off that day. And one thing that I've come to notice is that caffeine, like it's kind of as like on a spiritual, deeper level, it's like altering who you really are. Something I've come to love about living caffeine free is that my decisions and the way that I live my life is based on my sober, conscious thoughts. Where when you're taking a stimulant, you get all these, you're all wired, and so you might get all these ideas to buy this or do this or something, but it's not really you. That's like the stimulant that's like pushing you to do that. And so there's something when you're when you're in your own sober, just your raw self, then you're making decisions based on you and living your life more authentically, rather than living from the like if you're wasted and you're on drugs, you're not going to be making really conscious decisions. And the same thing with caffeine as well. You're not making full conscious decisions because you do have a drug in your system that is affecting you. So I want to share some good news in that, if you get off caffeine, you can absolutely get back to that place of having a lot of natural energy. I promise you. I get up very early, pretty much every day. All this week I've been getting up at about 5 a.m. Today I got up 5 a.m., crushed a killer workout at the gym. No pre-workouts, no stimulants, no caffeine, anything like that. I've been going all day long. Business appointments, coaching, calls, all kinds of things like that, chores, tasks, and don't have a lot of energy. So you can definitely get that back to that place of being like a kid again with a lot of natural energy. And I want to share a couple really solid tips, that can help you to bounce back on your feet. And if you, if you apply these, I assure you, these are going to help you to be able to replace that caffeine addiction from your life and to be able to have that natural energy, which you deserve to have. So sleep is critical. Start getting better quality sleep, and I think caffeine also affects our sleep as well because we don't get as deep as sleep. So quality sleep, go to bed early, and then you get up early in the morning and get quality sleep every night. Water, hydrate a lot, drink a lot of water. Most people are dehydrated, they're not drinking enough water. Hydrate, drink a lot of water. Drink more water. Majority of people are dehydrated. So if you want to have a good shot of getting off caffeine, then drink extra water to hydrate yourself. So you're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better. Carbs. You got to get, I know everybody's doing that keto and low carb and things like that, but if you want to be able to get off caffeine and have lots of natural energy, then you have to increase the carbs. You gotta increase the carbs. That we have good fuel for lots of energy throughout the day. You don't believe me? Then stay addicted to your stimulants. Exercise, daily exercise. If you guys follow me, I'm a big proponent of daily exercise. Exercise every single day. It keeps the blood flowing. It teaches your body that you're a producer. You're somebody that needs to put out a lot of energy on a regular basis. Exercise every single day. Every single day. Do whatever you can. We're all at our own different levels of fitness, but do what you can. And then the last thing that I would say is to do fulfilling work that is meaningful. Most people go to a job that they hate, but find something in your life, pursue your purpose, something that gives you a lot of passion and drive in your life, and that'll give you more energy than you can imagine. Out of anything, I would say finding what your life's work is, your mission, your purpose in your life, work that is fulfilling to you, whatever it is for you, is going to give you more energy and be able to push you beyond anything you can imagine. I think that's one of the biggest problems today is a lot of people don't know what their purpose is in their life. They don't know what that they're supposed to do. They don't have any passions or anything that they're pursuing that is really truly meaningful for them in their life, and so they're struggling to get energy because they don't have any purpose in their life. That you got to do some soul searching, but those are the key, guys. Sleep, water, carbs, lots of carbs, exercise, daily exercise, and pursuing work, your life's purpose, work that is meaningful to you. And I promise you, if you utilize all this, like I say, you're gonna have lots of energy. If you don't believe me, it's all right. I'm still right, and you can stay addicted to stimulants, but I encourage you to give this a shot because, a life with natural energy is on the other side. All right? So hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, let's make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life.